you now friendly with George? You guys are friendly with each other?
Well, we're not BFF. I mean, he's been doing some shows with us.
Oh,
We've done about 10 shows, and it's Dokken with special guest George Lynch.
oh, that's
So
cool.
George comes on stage and plays like the last couple songs, and
Yeah.
Heaven Comes Down, or we'll do Tooth and Nail and let him stretch his wings out a little bit. So we talk. He plays shows with us. So that we have a show coming up. I think this weekend, or the next weekend, we're playing with him. But we're not BFFs. It took
Yeah.
20 years for me to even be able to have a conversation with him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, the business part it divides people, but when the people in the audience, they probably love seeing you guys together too. So for the short time that they get to see it, it's like when the Stones brought up Mick Taylor for certain songs.
Correct.
It's like that.
They don't care. They don't give a shit about our internal stuff or whatever happened in the past. They just, oh, there's George, who's a guitar hero, and he's playing with Don, and that's what he does. He comes and plays the last couple songs. But for
Yeah.
years I couldn't even talk to the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's understanding, but the fans don't get it. They don't understand. They don't. They just
They want to hear the
see it.
songs.
They want to hear the songs, But now now the world's full of drama. Like there's a bunch of foreigners, different. I don't even know what's going on with Foreigner. They have different singers, and then Lou Gramm was coming in, and the replacement is getting a replacement. So I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, what's going on with that? Because Pilson's been in the band for 24 years.
But
He
it's like
went
a
from
cover band.
Dokken to Foreigner, and he's been in Foreigner after Dokken, and he went right to Foreigner. No, he went to Dio, actually. He went to Dio, then he joined Foreigner. He's been in the band forever, but then I keep hearing these rumors that they're stopping.
They're stopping. But here's what I know.
I don't know, but I just...
Well, this is what I hear. Allegedly, I'll say it. Here it comes. I think Kelly's going to retire.
Kelly Hansen.
Kelly Hansen is going to retire. That's what I'm hearing, the rumors.
Okay.
And then Lou is the voice, Hey, everybody's older. Nobody's going to be the same and sing the same. I see Alan's trying to sign on, but they're not going to sound the same. We all get older. We're not going to be in our 20s and 30s. But people,
you're hitting it right on the head.
Yeah.
When people say, "Oh, Don," I was known for singing super high back in the 80s. I'm hitting these B flats above A, screaming bloody murder. And they go, "Don didn't hit the high notes on Kiss of Death." I go, "Guys, I'm over 70. Stop it already. What do you want me to do? I do the best I can." So I just bring it down and, a half step or a whole step.
Yeah.
That's just what happens. We get older.
You get older. And you know what? I totally get it. But you want to hear. I rather see the OG guy singing it, the songs. Like I rather see you than a replacement of Don. Even if you did it acoustically or had it tuned down a half step, a whole step, I want to see the original.
And you hit it on the head. I did a tour with Queensryche, and I don't know, about 8 years ago, and they called me and they said, "Would you want to go on tour with us?" And I said, "And do what?" And they go, "Play acoustic." And I went, "Me open up for you guys acoustic? I don't know if that's going to work." And they said, "Yeah, man, just go and do your thing and play the hits and just play acoustic guitar like you've done before." I used to play a lot of shows with Y&T acoustic, and I got a insane, well, that sounds like I'm bragging, but I got a huge response. So there I was on tour with Queensryche playing acoustic, and like you said, at least I'm the original guy.
Yeah.
So my girlfriend wanted to go see Foreigner here in Santa Fe, and she said, "Oh, I love Foreigner." She had a lot of hits. And I said, "There's no original members, right?" And she said, "What?" I said, "No, there's no original members." She was like, "Not even Mick?" I go, "No, it's all..." I said, "I can't even tell you who is in Foreigner. I don't even know who those guys are." Hi, Alan.
Hey.
Alan, just to recap you, we're talking about the OG singers and the band reunions like Foreigner. They have all these different mix-up singers, and I'm talking to Don about I rather hear the OG singer, even if they don't sound the same as when they're younger. I want to hear the story from the person that was there, the guy who's part of the songs, and that's where we're at right now. We're recapping over here. I mean, it's like at least the Temptations still has Otis Williams in the band, the only one, I think, the guy who founded the Temptations.
He was the only guy. See, no, I think one of the other guys just passed away.
Yeah, I think Otis is the last man standing.
Last man standing. But I was shocked that Jennifer goes, I don't want to go see Foreigner if it's no original members. And I
No,
said, yeah, but they're playing Feels Like the First Time, and I Want to Know What Love Is, and all the songs you love. And I said, and no offense, but Kelly Hansen does a great job as a frontman. And he can pull off that Lou Gramm stuff, you know?
he could. He could.
And
But
he's
I'd
been
rather see Lou.
20 years.
Yeah. But I'd still rather see Lou. Lou, you know, and this is me as a fan talking, Lou was the soul of Foreigner. Without Lou, there'd be no Foreigner. His voice was so epic and what he brought to the table back then.
Absolutely. I did a tribute. I mean, not a tribute, some kind of weird thing at UCLA. It was Uli John Roth was doing a Uli John Roth school where people would pay him money and he would take them to the beach at 6 in the morning when the sun came up, and always and he would say, we're going to watch the sunrise, and some spiritual stuff trip he was on. And he played UCLA and he had all these rock stars, and Lou Gramm sang, but he sang real quiet. He was singing really, really quiet. And I talked to him. I guess he'd had cancer or something like that. And
Had a brain
I was
tumor or something like that.
brain tumor, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's, I can't bark or it gives me a headache, you know. But I played with Uli John Roth, and that's the first time I ever saw Lou. But even though he was singing quiet, he sounded like Foreigner. That was the point I'm making.
Post your comments down below. Until then, who loves you, baby? We do. Click here and here for our next episode.